Welcome back, guys, to another episode where we take Weezing to the top of the online ladders. Today is the start of a new season. We are starting back down, having finished last season at rank 3005. We will be starting this season now in Great Ball tier. Now, no changes have happened to the team. We are just going straight in with the team that we were working on. I will be looking to try and change the team up a bit. I do think there's room for maybe Golden Go or Palafin to be changed, but we'll get more into that later. I am also doing a summary of last season's games, points where I think that I made bad plays, the changes we made over to the team, as well as a breakdown of this team that we're starting with. So this will be the first episode of the second season. Alright. First match for Season 2. If we win this, we do go straight into Ultra Ball tier, which is a great tier to be in because there is no risk of losing matches and falling out of it quickly. What do we have here? The Glamora King Gambit is a bit of an annoying opening. I don't see Golden Go being very valuable here. I almost want to open Incineroar Weezing, but I am worried about that Glamora. In fact, maybe it is worth opening Weezing Golden Go, just in case of the Glamora. I could do Palafin. Palafin does do really well into nearly everything, aside from that Dragapult. That Dragapult, I think, is my biggest problem. I think we might be starting this off with exactly that, actually. Palafin into Incineroar, slacking. The Dragapult, I see absolutely no reason why it wouldn't come. It's a strong Mon, choice band, does a lot of damage. We will get the Intimidate off on it, but it still does threaten huge amounts of damage. It can just lock into Dragon Darts against me, it can do a lot of nasty things. So the Dragapult is a bit of a threat. The rest of the team, not so much. They could have coaching set up King Gambit. We have played against that before, which is also not fun. And we do have more. I do think this is just going to be a fake out Meteor Beam combo. We will just protect Weezing. We may lose our Incineroar straight away, which is great, but after that we will be in a fantastic position moving forward. Gamora's Meteor Beam is quite scary. This will then give us the fake out. We can then try to fake out this Sneasel the next turn if we do survive with Incineroar. And then we can... yeah, I thought as much. And it is the Earth Power. We could look at just... actually, I think the Will-O-Wisp into the Sneasler because it doesn't really threaten anything here. And we can fake out into the Glamora. This will cripple the Sneasler. It does just protect. It might just be a double protect this turn, which is actually really good for us. Incineroar will take a little bit more chip, but this will then mean that we can now parting shot off that Glamora and go into something more substantial like our Palafin, I actually think. The Sneasler is going to be a bit of a problem. Oh, we have intimidated it once. Parting shot, I think, is the play here. We should be faster. Crippled the Glamora. Unless it is a max speed Glamora. If we get back into Palafin, we will be in a very good position. It is just a hard switch, so this actually could work really well for us. This could work really, really well for us. He does get the target off. We do survive it, which is good to have a fake out for later. This is now crippled. And I think this is as good as a time as any. Let's get our Palafin in. I don't know if we need to Terra Water. I think at this point we can actually afford to go Terra Water. Do I think we get fight? Honestly, not really. And it may even be worth firing the burn off into that slot. See no reason why we don't go on the offensive. Get rid of this. Just a kill would be good at this point. Strong Jet Punch will do a lot of damage. We are fastest on field. At best, Volcarona can speed tires. Or cannot be as fast as Palafin. Palafin's max speed. It is the spiky shield. I expected as much. Ah, it's just a double protect. They are playing a very slow game, which is quite interesting. And I do think this turn, it may be worth just Sludge Bombing into the Volcarona, and I think actually Jet Punching into Glamora. If we can get rid of Glamora now, slacking one-shots Volcarona. Volcarona's not going to want to stay in. I think switching our moves up is a better call here. It may be Terra Grass. I nope, they are just staying in. It is Focus Sash, that's quite interesting. That means their Sneasler isn't running the Focus Sash, which does make me happy. We do survive. Alright, it's Life Orb. Alright, that's very interesting to see. We do get the poison. That chip is actually quite meaningful. Quite meaningful chip damage there. I do imagine they are going to protect this turn. I don't see why they wouldn't. We could lose Palafin and get 2 kills right now. I think that's actually the best play, is to Sludge Bomb into that, and then we can Jet Punch here. I was expecting the Spiky Shield. That is honestly what I would do too, because if I do Jet Punch into it, it's just a kill. They are just going to double protect. Now, I don't think there's much they can do here. Weezing isn't really threatened by this Glamora. Earth Power will hurt, but it's not going to kill. In fact, we may even get away with protecting Weezing and just Jet Punching into this as well. Because we are going to lose our Palafin, so we are going to bring Slacking in next. And I think that is a much safer position to have Slacking with full health Weezing rather than Weezing's already taking some damage. We will bring Slacking in now. The Glamora is 1 dead, and it is their Sneasler. Now, I do believe their Sneasler is going to want to fake out something. Probably Slacking. He may just close combat into Slacking. The Protect, I think, is the better play here. If we can get the burn on the Sneasler, we will be in a very good spot. If he calls this and goes for a double up into Weezing, we are in a very bad spot. But I do think this is the play. He does Protect. We Protect. We could have Sucker Punched this turn. I'm surprised. He may not have... Yeah, does he have power? We will survive this. Very scary spot to be in. Now, we will survive one more, and I think we can actually pick up a double KO this turn. Slacking should survive a close combat. unless it's not choice band, it's not focus sash, so we should survive, and we should be able to pick up 2 kills here actually. We don't survive. Man, I wonder what their item is. So we are looking like we're in a very bad spot here. He should just protect this turn. I don't think I have anything left to be able to threaten him with. And it is Rillaboom. Wow. I think this is the first time I've seen Rillaboom. So that Dragapult, which I was scared of, didn't end up coming. He will have the faster fake out on his Rillaboom. But honestly, is this still winnable? We did get off some Intimidates. Maybe with some Burns, we also could do this. So I think Will-O-Wisping and faking out into the Sneasel. Sneasel should just protect. There's no reason for Sneasel to attack. Yep. Rillaboom may just go for damage right now. No, he does fake out my Incineroar. I don't see a world where my Incineroar gets an attack off this turn. But that is now a very crippled Rillaboom. I just don't think Weezing has the health to bring this back. Maybe for some reason he may not target Incineroar. He should just close combat into Incineroar, surely. Or maybe Dark Claw, I don't know. Incineroar should just be a very easy kill for him this turn. He may double up into Weezing, which will let me pick up this Rillaboom kill. No, he Dark Claws into Weezing. We take that very well. He does get the Paralysis, which actually isn't too bad for us. And he does get Rillaboom. Not surprised there. Maybe if we pick this burn up, maybe we're in an alright spot. And we miss. So I think that's game, given we got that miss there. I feel like if we'd hit it, we would have been in an alright spot. Oh, is there even a way? I don't even think there's a way here. Alright, game 1, not so good. That Sneasel close combat kill is a roll, which is really unfortunate. It is a 50% chance on Sneasel to get the one shot on Slacking, so fortunately they got that 50%, means that we didn't pick up their Sneasler in response, which would have just left Rillaboom versus the team. So, not unhappy with how I played, am unhappy with the result, but there's no reason we can't jump straight into another match. Alright, match number 2. We have what looks like a Trick Room team. Malamar I don't believe is going to come at all. It is probably a contrary Malamar, and Malamar's not doing anything. Prankster Meowstic's not going to work. I see no reason why, it's always Weezing first, why we don't just open with our aggression. We can hit everything. I'm kind of scared of the Florges, so this is actually a golden go game. It's been a while since I thought we needed one. Florges is very physically weak, so he might be alright just with slacking through damage. Malamar does get superpower and he's going to use it. Incineroar matches up pretty good against everything else as well. So does Annihilate. Except for the Florges, Palafin isn't coming. So it's out of these two. Incineroar is immune to a bunch of their damage. Annihilate is weak to the Fairy, but then also immune to the fighting. And it does threaten everything really, really well. It is Assault Vested. The Fake Out could be nice on Incineroar. going to go Annihilate, because I think Annihilate is very good against all these special attackers. They may regret that, depending on what comes. They may regret that, but let's see how we go. Now, they don't have any Follow Me. The Meowstic may be Frank's away for speed control. It does get Fake Out. We don't want to see the Trick Room, so I am just going to taunt into that. I don't need... I want to keep my Terra Fire. I think we just lock in the aggression. 1 each. Taunt on the Relentless and a double edge into the Meowstic. I think either way, unless it's Focus Sash Meowstic, which I guess it could be. Either way, we're going to go hard here. Hopefully stop the Trick Room. If we don't, we may just have the bulk to survive. Slacking is faked out. Is this mental overrungness? Yes. There it is. I did think it was Trick Room. Now, I actually want to get the taunt off into that and just maybe double it straight into this thing. Actually, I'm going to knock off. Because they do have a potential Ghost Lichen. Both of these things are weak to it. I think the play here actually. I'm going to Sludge Bomb to get some chip off, and then we will knock off. I was expecting the switch. I'm surprised I stayed in after I had Taunt. Sets up gravity for us, so we don't need to worry about missing anymore. I think no matter what they bring in, we're actually in a very good spot. I was expecting as much. Now I think it's just a case of doubling into it. Where is it? It does have a fighting move. I do have 2 ghosts in the back. I think at this stage we taunt to stop any sword dance setups, and we just allow what will be to be. We do have 2 ghost types. We can, if he does Terra, to dodge the knockoff, we can deal with that. I am just going to knock off into this. I think that is a better play. It is the Terra. I'm imagining... You want Terra Fire? Terra Grass. This is good. We now have Weezing that is super effective against it. We can stop any sword dances. The support can now go away. Even if they go for a fight, I mean, I'm not really threatened by it. It needs to set off... it was Focus Sash. Imagine if that thing had Trick Room. It is just going for the Bitter Blade. We do take that quite well. We can now also burn it. Now it has to be on the offense. It can't protect. We now just kill this with a double edge next turn. And I'm glad we have Goldenbell in the back. We'll burn their Terror, and I am now just going to focus down on this Fortress. Defensive Terrors can be very, very useful, but offensive Terrors. Bye-bye Fortress. Another clean one-shot. Defensive Terrors are cool. I like offensive Terrors a lot more personally. Which, I mean, I think you see me using a lot more offensive Terrors than defensive Terrors. He still hasn't killed us after the Bitter Blade. He can't protect. There is not a chance he is surviving a double edge. So this has just been a clean Weezing slacking win. Didn't even need the Pokemon in the back. That is the problem when your Trick Room user is not able to get around ports. That is the scary thing about Trick Room 2 though, is if we had called that wrong, we would have lost. So, first episode of the new season, we have gone nowhere. Not sure how I feel about that. I guess that's better than falling backwards. But as you do know, I do want to get that ratio of 2 to 1. So if we can get a win in the first round next episode, or even 2 wins, we will be back in Ultra Ball tier. But that will do it for this episode. I will see you all in the next episode.